fog, old Godsey is slayed. Go7, 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 Go7. Go7, 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 Go7. Go7, king of the game. I believe in you, that's what he'll say. Nice and kind, leading cobalt ice. He's a blue, cute, and deadly little guy. Seeing through the fog, old Godsey is slayed. Go7, 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 Go7. Go7, 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 Go7. Go7, king of the game. I believe in you, that's what he'll say. Nice and kind, leading cobalt ice. He's a blue, cute, and deadly little guy. Seeing through the fog, old Godsey is slayed. Go7, 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 Go7. Go7, 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 Go7.
Hey, hello, hello. Hello, Shadow, hello. All hail the king of the penguins! It's true, it's true. Hiya, hiya. Hiya. Hiya, it's me, Imowen. Everyone who's played Baldur's Gate 1. Big Brady 2244. Got first again. Get to start off with a Sasha mirror. Ooh, you're hoping to finish up a fog game soon to submit to review. Looking forward to it. I was talking about. Should all be off. Rid of those. Someone was talking about how the audio was getting messed with a bit. I don't know. You're starting down in infantry. I see what you're talking about. You got the first turn advantage versus second turn advantage. That was known as the first turn advantage balance. Good old Fred. Good old Fred. First is usually a tiny bit better. Especially when it comes to cheeses. You've got the stronger economy for the early game. As the game goes on, it's pretty negligible. There we go. But in those first few turns, player one is a little bit ahead. Sometimes second can benefit from first prep work. Not usually. You're still going to be ahead on one front and behind on the other for both players. But just because player one gets the money first, they have a small advantage there. He just has talked about second turn advantages for opening surprises. Maybe. That would have to be a map specific thing. Is this a map that forces you to build a black boat and or a lander? Well, you do have a lander on your HQ that you can take off. And I would probably advise doing so. It's going to be pretty difficult for your opponent to rush your HQ. And it is double base on the island. True, I should get a Halloween mix, yeah. Get some spooky music. Be able to get that done. Once a few more people show up, I'll jump into it. As for this map, I'm a little bit doubting it, but we'll see. Double base, airport, comm tower, all on the island seems pretty sketch to me. Just a lone base on the mainland. Oh, and there's also a comm tower here, so it's a double comm tower. But like, this comm tower is very difficult to take from your opponent. All you want for Christmas is Go7? Aww. I guess you could have a rogue transport copter that makes the trip. They can always just build a copter to stop you, so. It's a pretty safe comm tower. I'm also not quite sure why the landers start on the HQs, because they're going to have to be taken off. I mean, there's no way you would be able to stay in the game if you just, like, didn't move this. General theme of fog maps is to have a sort of gimmicky base with a normal looking center. That can happen sometimes, yeah. In fog, the center can't be too crowded with heavy terrain, because then the game kind of shuts down. Just because, you know, defender's advantage and all that. Fog. You have limited places to put units, and you still have to put units there to get vision. You just miss out on more and more attacks. It can get real rough, but we'll hop into it here. We've got Karpa playing as Sasha in the bottom. And we've got, it's either Setsuna or Anistes. I'm not quite sure if it's supposed to be read frontwards or backwards because the capital letters at the end. If you have fun gimmick for that gimmick tournament would be to play fog maps as standard and standard maps in fog. Yeah. Standard maps in fog, I mean, that can work. Some standard maps, or some fog maps will be fine in standard, but usually standard needs more of the heavy terrain to have people play around for different tactics and all that stuff. Anyway, we got a Sasha mirror here, and as predicted, we've got our moonwalking lander moving off straight away for both players. I guess Carpa going for a very gutsy city before base, which will cost a unit for a tiny bit more immediate income. Oh, a little bit heavy doubt there. You have a double infantry drop-off over here, though. No recon. Heading out into the middle. Double drop-off over here. Okay, so slightly different decisions there. We're going to need to get this harbor pretty quickly because one lander is not going to be enough for a double base reduction. We'll just, you know, You need at least, you're going to be producing 2 units every turn, so you should be able to ferry 2 units every turn to stay on top of it and not get your island just swarming with units. Yeah, Sasha base skip econ start? It's quite the move. Okay, we got a pretty quick comm tower capture over here for Karpa. Ooh, and a really nice recon placement. It traps the lander, which is absolutely devastating. Not only is the lander miss out on movement, but now these units can't get deployed because it's stuck on the ocean. The lander can't reach another shoal to deploy, so it won't be able to unload next turn. And this also slows down. This will like clog up the island as it keeps building units. They can't be transported. So a very nice recon block here by Karpa. Stalingrad will be very weird in standard. Okay. Karpa makes sure that the same thing can't happen. We have an infantry in the woods. The recon cannot make it to the shoals. Now, so far this comm tower hasn't mattered, but I mean, I guess it did right here. Some retaliation damage. But in terms of like raw income, it hasn't mattered. Karpa is a little bit behind by 1 property at the end of their turn. Although they'll probably be making that up because this lander's been so delayed. And the tank even blocked here as well. There we go, we got a black boat. They probably need to also get a transport copter. You can see, because this lander got trapped in the ocean, how backlogged this entire island is. Infantry managed to get away though. Anti-air build, got a transport copter, a lander, and a mech. This medium tank is going to be pretty nice. And yeah, here comes the early capture on the comm tower is becoming a weak point. The Karpa now does have the double comm tower. But there's nothing that's going to be able to fight this medium tank. So this comm tower should fall unless Setsuna just runs out of infantry to attempt to capture it. Go. Now the lander's back to transporting vehicles. We do have the transport copter in addition to the black boat. So there's going to be a ton of infantry being flooding into this area pretty soon. Setsuna is just going to give up this entire area, which I think is probably fair for now, considering the lander got so disrupted. Yeah, the anti-air has to go in there and kill an infantry. So far it's going to be an anti-air created for 2 infantry in order to try and save this. Or just 1 infantry that's actually got away. In order to save the comm tower. But yeah, more infantry are walking over, so I think it would have been wise for Karpa to just let this go. Okay. We have double vehicle drop off over here. This anti-air, I guess, wasn't able to make it last turn. And just running out of fuel. Oh no! See, I really don't recommend doing this. You just don't want to have your battlecopters attacking on the front lines. Sniped. You have the Sasha normal power. Oh, how fun it is to fight the Sasha mirror. Tunnel visioning into really cool strats will spell the downfall of Karpa. Yeah. I do not believe this is a Global League map. It's always really hard to let go of properties. The response market crash. This does drain all the power that Karpa had in reserve. We have a base skip, but I think it's pretty safe to base skip on this island as there's still quite the backlog. Entry. Can't quite get the kill there, which means this battlecopter will be safe. Yeah, these infantry don't really have a better job. Like, they could hop back on the lander, but it's not necessarily something you want to do. It can be sacrificed to delay the comm tower capture. Currently, Karpa is up by multiple. Yeah, it's 19 to 21 cities, so 2 cities up for Karpa. Well, until that's taken. Ooh, that's a really nice black boat placement. Blocks off the entire way through here. All the units have been cleaned up by Setsuna on this front. And, you know, while behind in comm towers briefly and economy, ahead quite a bit in unit count and unit value, just because of how much had to be sacrificed to try and save this comm tower. We just have a very fancy unload here. A market crash. Copter's gonna charge in there. Usually, I'm not a huge fan of trading the copter in for 7 damage on a tank. But I guess it is covered by this mech. So the anti-air will probably fall too. It's not the end of the world. It might be more calculated. I think the medium tank might come down to take out the mech, but then this medium tank can hit that. Yeah, it's, you know, it works out for Karpa, I think. Unless more reinforcements show up. Ooh. Decided to attack from that side. So this tank should probably run all the way back to the city to heal. Not quite sure why it's moving there. They're now even in economy and even in comm towers. But Setsuna ends the turn 16 units up. 50k in value up, which is very good. So some of these units, they're getting picked off now. Looks like Setsuna's new target is going to be over here, and there are more infantry on the island for Setsuna than for Karpa. So part of that unit count isn't actually able to fight. Ooh, okay. Setsuna is now ahead in income. Gets the market crash. There's attacking in here. You have a medium, the medium tank, a medium tank from the city. That's pretty nasty. Their medium tank gets bought over here. Supporting units, probably getting an artillery on this front would be wise to help cover stuff from the forest. Not quite sure what's up with this 1 health tank. Maybe it's trying to bait in a coppers, right? Might be coming in here. Off this copper tank. This is not usually super worth it unless you can finish, because this will heal up to 6, and then copter is vulnerable. It's out of range of the anti-air, which is nice, but it'll get hit by another copter. We could have an HQ push coming in from Cobalt Ice here. Getting out of the way so this infantry can get the kill. Arguably, you'd want to use the anti-air to kill this, maybe. Maybe it might just have better things it wants to do, but you could, if you use anything else, then this infantry can just start the capture this turn. Going for a big ol' attack. Medium tank steps off the city. I assume they'll let the copter come in for the smack. ABC gets trapped. Get the copter come in. Smack this medium tank on the road. Don't drain all of the charge for Karpa, so we're going to have a... This medium tank survives. 1. The anti definitely should have gone for this kill. Karpa's fighting over here. There's some foot soldiers, so if the battle is won, the comm tower could get captured again. Anti-air gets tagged by the tank. This tank doesn't have any great options, so I guess it's just gonna chill on the city to heal. This front is rapidly collapsing for Karpa. A little bit greedy to go for that that hit there. Okay, you know, this might be a tad bit of an overextension on Setsuna's part. Just a tad. There's not really any point to moving beyond where your infantry are capturing, other than to give your opponent trying to chase your opponent back into the base, but it just makes you overextend farther and farther to do so. You need to have a lot more units before you do something like that, or have like a specific set of units to kill the base. It usually requires some indirects with you. We do have the Karpa market crash, a little in unit value for sure. Smackety. So here, you definitely have the copter hit the tank first. It will give you more vision, but also you can have a better engagement against the tank. Although this is a great engagement. But like, if this had hit this tank and then this tank had to come in and hit this anti-air, then it would be pretty much lights out for this attack. We do have the foot soldiers coming over here, so this city might be falling soon. Market crash right away. Might as well. It's not like your opponent's going to gain any power when they have a power active. Gets cleaned up. Properties start getting captured. This one will be captured. Neo tank starts moving over onto this side of the field. Still definitely an overextension here, but since this anti-air survived, it should be able to kind of deal with the copters as long as no tank can reach it. It's very bad news for Carpa. The medium tank lives at 1. Tank might try and kill it. Kill the 3 health tank and 9 health. Take that one off. Build a medium tank. Medium tank makes sense. This one gets away, starts healing. Setsuna going for all of they're mostly hitting those foot soldiers this turn, which does stop them from going for any captures. Ooh, that's a very nice unload. He unloads right in range to capture the comm tower. Here comes the anti-air, here comes the copter, and now it's really tough for Karpa because Setsuna actually has vision over the base production. Ooh. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. Very. This is a hero copter from Karpa. 1 health, One helicopters are very annoying as blockers, so. Karpa's copter was a hero. Saved the day. Although I don't think Karpa can kill this copter. It might be a luck roll. This plus this, that'll let the medium tank hit that. Ooh, let's try to dive in to kill the 1 health medium tank. The market crash. Just gonna go after the anti-air like that. That works too. Okay. So now there's attack down here. It's definitely not so great, so it's good that it's gonna start to back off. Until the rest of the infantry show up and some reinforcements. Never mind. Setsuna is diving in a bit. Over here, things are looking great. All ice. This Neo tank is going to be an absolute nightmare to deal with. We have a fighter built. It is 25 properties to 16. Setsuna enjoying a very large economic advantage right now. There's a very bold comm tower cap here. As the Neo tank and everything has been revealed over here. Oof. Really don't want to place units next to that trains. Although I think there was like a infantry that got killed off here. Drop down. In comes the fighter. Very fast reinforcement unit. Smackety. 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 At this point, I don't know what Karpa can really do. The overextension's been like helping, but now it's going to stop being quite as much of an overextension as a giant wave of infantry are going to be joining the fight. As soon as I get hurt moving past this line, so I'm just chill over here for now. Is 3 comm towers, 25 properties to 16. So every turn that there isn't fighting happening, Setsuna is getting a lot stronger. Which should put a lot of pressure on Karpa. Try and get something to happen. But Karpa might be just trying to like outstall Setsuna. Maybe Setsuna will just resign the game. Oh, starting to move forward again. Nice army of copters. Okay, here we go. Whoa. Was that the wrong button? Yeah, okay. We're attacking in. Medium tank. Medium tank copter kills medium tank kills anti-air. Yeah, this is very dangerous to step. Oh my gosh. Near the opponent's army. That's where the map control and having superior vision can help you a lot. It finds you those nice opportunities. Get the market crash from Karpa. Try and kill a Neo tank. It survives. Diving in to get a complete picture of what the army Karpa was against, I think. Almost made it to the HQ. GG. So Karpa had a very nice recon movement up here, but ended up having to commit way too much to try and save this comm tower. And that hurts you more than just here. Like you lose the units here. Those are also units you didn't build elsewhere. So it's very painful to have to be like drained of all that stuff. GG. I was very impressed with it. We've got Sylphie versus Twinkle. Ninja Mountain Interlude. Cotton Tower Table's turn is true. Yeah, I mean, we've all been guilty of committing too much to these poison properties. You will say ahead of time that your capture phase was dubious on this one? Okay. Okay. We've got Sylphie versus Twinkle. Okay. So Twinkle, I think, wants to get this harbor really fast. Usually what you do is kind of what Sylphie's doing. Where you... well... only kind of like what Sylphie's doing. Usually you transport infantry like right away. Start capturing all of these properties. And then, you know, can get the harbor later. Okay, we're going to go with a double drop off. That's fine. Sylphie was just psyching me out. Hawke is heavily favored matchup wise. Maybe on this map. Not every map, though. You weren't sure how the harbor worked? I gotcha. Well, it should mean that Twinkle will, for a very brief amount of time, have an economic lead, which is what we see here. And now the economic lead is gone. It was a brief moment of lead. Interesting. So a recon got transported down here. That's very peculiar. Usually, especially on this map, you just send the recon over here to disrupt the infantry captures. Which I guess Sylphie might have had the read on Twinkle. Was like, Twinkle just doesn't have any infantry going for captures over there. So I won't send a recon. Instead, send it down here for, I guess, anti-recon duty. Yeah, well, I think the recon still would have been very effective over here. It would have been disrupting this capture, at least. You can see at the end of Twinkle's turn, behind an econ. And that's going to be like that for quite a while. Sylphie could probably afford to capture this harbor. You can always transition to using this harbor if need be. Twinkle does get an interrupt. There's no tank in range to deal with that. There is a recon, but it should probably go after these infantry. Yeah, like this. Smack. Might have a threat of a join cap. The center. We're going to get this harbor now. The artillery coming out for Sylphie. You can definitely get for rockets pretty quickly on this map too. I hear fluff. Now I have to check to see if there's no disconnects or anything. Hey, Fluffy. Playing Sturm gives you telepathic powers. Yes! Okay. Got very split units here for Twinkle. On this version of the map, you usually wouldn't send a tank up like this because you just, you know, use your lander. Just tanking the lander, deploy right away. I'm just recon. Oh, I see. It doesn't have vision, so it moves next to the infantry that's going for the capture. Yeah, the tank up like that was back when that was a black. Give it a recon strike. This guy's a little trapped now. Here comes the many Sturm indirects. They're good. We have 17 income to 21. Sylphie definitely enjoying a nice amount of money there. Diving in to hit this tank is probably a little too aggressive on Sylphie's part. But if Sylphie's able to capture like these central properties behind it, then it's not so bad. You should know that there's probably a tank here from either of these bases in range. Okay, recon gets smacked, tank gets smacked. I mean, none of these guys died, so they can't just kind of run back and heal. The 7-7 trade. Imagine this is going to hit back. There we go, 6-3. Sturm on cities, they're pretty good. Oh no, the tank got trapped. This recon gets taken out. Now this lander's going to go back to this port. Looks like there's going to be an artillery that wants to get picked up by it. No tank on its way. Or health recon retreat. A little bit of disruption down here. Should be fine. Tank is super difficult. I wouldn't say that Sturm's repairs are extra valuable, but they are very nice. And in Fog of War, it's a lot easier to repair your stuff than in Standard. Okay, Twinkle's catching back up in Econ a bit. This is definitely a way too gutsy. That recon can't escape. Pinned in. Okay. We got a lot of units coming up over here. Twinkle's definitely going to get that comm tower. But it does seem to be not a great situation in the middle. As a trade-off, here comes the artillery. I don't know what this artillery's goal was. That was to go into the lander. It has changed its mind. Leave that Sturm bomber. Okay, give the nice artillery to be used here. There's no anti. Oh my gosh, there's no anti-air at all for Sylphie. A slight oversight. This copter is going to be a complete headache. With this one and this one. I mean, maybe the idea is there's no way my opponent will think I just never built an anti-air. Who would do that? Okay. Double anti-air checks out. Could even go like straight to fighters. Get there really fast. Both these cities are getting captured. Very aggressive. Very. This is Twinkle being like, I know. Twinkle's got the read on not a single anti-air ever built ever. That's It's like the most aggressive copter movement possible, almost. Ooh. There's no Sturm recons in range to save these cities. A very strong attack by Twinkle here. A huge wave of infantry. Probably shouldn't dive into that. Sophie just resigns. Oof. I mean, Sylphie was doing great up until the never building anti-airs. Just a few too few recons. But the dive down here was definitely way too aggressive. I will say that Twinkle, I think you might have lucked out a little bit in that win. But the copters worked. How did that even happen? There we go. You guys are even playing the correct colors, though. It's perfect. You're right. We gotta push it to the limit. Walk along the razor's edge. Well, apparently Fluffy didn't think they were submitting this game. Played so badly here. Oh, I'm ready. Fluffy built infantry. Everything's checking out. For some reason, Fluffy's not the penguin. Okay, both players walking towards the bases. Checks out. Everything's looking good. This map looks like an absolute nightmare to play on because these are all choke points. This must be a live game. He stole it. Wow. What a rude thing to do. Hawke mirror. Fluffy is going with artillery first. That's a bold buy. He's going to do artillery in the top. Oh, artillery into black boat. Okay. Well, the black boat will definitely be really good in this region. Lots of choke points for sure. Seraphesque saying, I force you to buy a tank. Fluffy's going to, I assume, build a tank. There it is. The artillery really wants to get over here into the choke point land. Black boats. We got a black boat from Seraphesque at the same as well. We're gonna have lots and lots of super fun choke point play. Tank. Okay. Don't know what Fluffy's goal is here. That's very cute though. If he traps the tank, does force it to interrupt the capture, but we get shot by the artillery. It's a very cute play. Over here, I have no idea what Fluffy's doing. Looks like it's just giving away an infantry, essentially. It would have been very good if it wasn't for your fatal mistake. The fatal mistake, the tank plus infantry, and then the tank hits the artillery. I mean, that's a pretty bad blunder. So I guess in that case, you probably get this capture, right? You do, yeah, for moments. You know, it's kind of funny though. Actually, where was this? Yeah. If this infantry hadn't gone onto the city, you could have blocked the tank hit here, and it would have worked. This was your downfall. From almost a free tank to giving a free arty, yeah. Okay, moving forward to get that capture. Let's see what the black book is. We're here to stop getting captured, I guess. I'm just gonna hide in here. You are. This is Hawke mirror, yeah. Always get those breakthroughs. Just don't reach them. It does look like Seraphesque is the one that's much more in control of the center now, as you would expect. Yeah, for Fluffy. Back on the top here has not managed to take this comm tower. Oh, copter even got built. Wish he blocked. Okay, he finds we're left. Oh, this stream's not happy. Oh, it's back. Oh my gosh. That was a lot of disconnecting and reconnecting. Oh no, it's still going. Oh yeah, it's... It has been very unhappy for about 2 minutes. Neotank. Stream early. Yeah, rip. Fluffy broke. Is the router on fire? I don't know. So did you win the game? I'll leave you with an apple.
It's Go the penguins. Of all the penguins, he is king. It's Go7, king of the penguins. Being king of the penguins, that's his thing.